It's time for New Drugstore 2023. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca. Happy New Year. This is the time for drugstore launches. January is typically when drugstore companies put out new products and they're pretty exciting. So I've got some. Purchased all these products at Ulta, and also I am wearing them and I have applied them off camera for your demonstration versus just giving you a rundown of what I bought. I'm actually showing you product performance and giving you my 2 cents. So let's begin with what I'm wearing for foundation. NYX has a new Blur foundation. Everything, I swear, is soft matte and blur. I think the glazed, I don't know if the glazed donut look is out. I love the glazed donut look because I'm dry and I love to look just luminous. So I don't care, I'm gonna keep doing it, but whatever. So NYX has this Blur foundation. I have shade light medium. It is claimed to be medium coverage, full or long wear, and blurring. So, matte blurred finish, blurred. I like it, I like it. The shade is a smidgen light. I didn't think light neutral would be 04, would be too light, but it kinda is. It is nice. It has a good consistency, it applies easily. I think if you thought it was maybe too matte, if you're a very dry skin, you know, definitely you want to prep your skin. But honestly, it's not, it doesn't feel dry, and it even kind of self-sets. So if you're not into powder, you might not need to set this with a ton of powder. I bought a new powder, so I did set it with powder to, you know, try it. But the only thing that I noticed where it creased on me was my expression lines on my forehead, which are very dynamic, constantly everything creases there. So nothing new. And I just blotted it out, powdered it, and it has not creased again. So it does look nice on the skin. I wore it probably 6 hours yesterday and I thought my face looked pretty good, pretty fresh. So I'm pleased with this. Now, something I was tremendously impressed with, like wow, is this new Makeup Revolution concealer. So this is the IRL filter concealer, so it's in real life, filter finish. I have shade C6 because everything runs very, very pale for Makeup Revolution, Revolution Pro. C6, and this is claimed to be a soft matte concealer finish. So I say it is full coverage. That is the shade, and I like it. You guys, I think this really helped cover my dark circles. I used it on this eye as a test. I did a little bit of powder on top of it, but not much. It has not creased. It does not look dry or cakey. I prep my under eye area. I'm very diligent about that. So do know that if you have a dry, mature under eye area, always prep with eye creams. I did wear my CoverGirl, my Simply Ageless on this side. That has been my ride or die this year. And I will say, the difference between the two is this has more coverage. So if the CoverGirl formula wasn't enough coverage, this might work for you. However, it doesn't have any of the skincare claims that the CoverGirl does, because that is supposed to be with kind of an anti-age serum, you know, hyaluronic acid or whatever, collagen. I don't know what they put in it, but the claim is that it helps under eye area, your under eye area look younger. And that's what I love about it, is that for me it conceals and it wears so easily. So yeah, just I feel like I should compare because I'm always raving about the CoverGirl, but I also know that they are very different concealers. This is very much a soft matte finish, and I like it though. It says oil-free Vetox. I don't know what Vetox is. It's breathable. It's 16-hour long wear. And I gotta say, it's good. It's really, really good. They have one more product, powder. They have a blur powder. I don't know why I didn't buy it. I just didn't buy it. Maybe it's because I got the Milani. Let's talk about that. Wow, you guys, Milani has some new launches, and I know some of you are very interested to know what I think about the mascara, and I will share that with you momentarily. But let's talk about the powder first. So they have a new Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Powder, again, with the blur, you guys. Anything that claims it has blur technology or something in it in makeup, I will buy it. I will buy it. So they really got me here. This marketing, they got me. I am wearing this powder. It is just the 01 translucent. I think it only comes in one shade. The main ingredient is silica. It has other ingredients, but I didn't see a talc ingredient listed. It has a little well. It comes with, it pops up and it has the sieve right here. It is so silky. I applied it both with a brush and I applied it with my Beauty Blender little pocket puff. Love both. It doesn't go on thick, heavy, chalky at all. So Real Techniques came out with a new concealer brush. Would you look at that? I am so in love with this brush. It is insane. I bought 2 of them. I knew I was gonna love this. So this is like if my BK Beauty Angie A506 concealer brush and my Real Techniques setting powder brush had a baby. This is who they had. Congratulations. So this puts on, I did both cream and powder products with this brush and I love it. So if you still haven't bought either of those brushes that I've recommended, feel free to buy this one. I mean, if you already have both of those and you don't want to get this one, that's fine too. This is my job. I buy stuff to review. So do not feel like you have to go out and buy something else because I say I love it, okay? But I did put this on here with this brush, and this is the powder I used over both the concealer, both the Revolution and the CoverGirl concealer, and my gosh, you guys, wow, it just gives such a soft, smooth finish. It doesn't look dry. I'm excited. Milani mascara, highly rated lash extensions mascara, straight up dupe for the Thrive Cosmetics mascara. This is a tubing formula. It has a very bristly kind of short brush that's slimmer, not bushy. It's got the plastic. The brush is practically identical to the Thrive. I don't have a tube of Thrive right now, I don't think. Couple notes on this. It does come out pretty wet, so I love thick and gloopy mascaras. I'm a thick and clumpy mascara girl. I would say this is thick and wet, not... You know how sometimes you put mascara on and it just goes on so thin? Like e.l.f. mascaras, for me, always go on so thin, and they just kind of wet the lashes and just kind of right there, and that's it. And then like L'Oreal mascara, like the L'Oreal, the Paradise, the Lash Paradise, goes on so thick, you know, and it's just like this almost moussey texture, and it just really adheres to the lashes and just kind of gets them out there. So this is kind of like the wet aspect, the way e.l.f., you know, if we're describing that, but this does cling nicely to the lashes. It does lengthen, and I think it's pretty good. Now, I don't know if I've been loving the Thrive mascara lately anyway. The last time I had a tube, my first tube of Thrive mascara, I thought it was the best thing. Then I bought another tube and I'm like, have they changed or have I changed? So I will say that this does what it says. It lengthens, it's tubing, so it lasts a long time without flaking. It washes off easily. I don't know if this is the end all of mascaras. I really don't. On this side, I just have the anti-gravity, the Milani anti-gravity mascara, which I really, really love. And I realized that this one, highly rated extensions, does a good job. There is a difference. My lashes do not look as long on this eye. And even this is kind of, I want to say they're like almost lifted, whereas this side, they just look kind of straight. So it's really, really good. It is. So those are my thoughts on the mascara. Okay, now, e.l.f. e.l.f. has luminous putty bronzers. Of course they do. I love the original putty bronzer. It's probably one of my all-time favorite bronzers. Not only just cream formula, but probably just bronzer in general. It just goes on so nice. It's thin, but it builds, and it looks really natural on the skin. I did pick out one that's a little more like a contour shade and one that's a little more like a bronzer. So I'm wearing both. So the bronzer shade is called, this is Day Trip, and then I think this is Vacation Mode or Vacay Mode. So you can see how they look differently. This one is very much like, oh look, it's golden bronzer. And this one could be bronzer depending on your undertone, or you could wear it for more of a contour. So I picked these two shades out because I thought that they would suit my fair skin the best. And I am very happy with them. I think they apply very well with either fingers or sponge or brush, and they're just lovely. So if you want to know one of them, the original putty bronzer in Tan Lines, which I feel like was one of the ones I used all the time, that is the difference. So here's Tan Lines, and then here's the two new ones, and you can see how much more Tan Lines has kind of a gold to it, and this one has almost a pinky, and then this is the gray, the blue. But they just, like, you put them on and then they're powdery and soft, and I love that. I just love that. So way to go, e.l.f. That was exciting. e.l.f. also has a new lips. I'm gonna go over that in just a minute, what's on my lips. First, I want to talk about my eyeshadows. So you guys, CoverGirl came out with new eyeshadows, and I love them. I'm here to say I love them. So these remind me of like the Milani. Milani actually has new eyeshadows too, kind of like this. So these remind me of a lot of the new compacts that are going around, whether it was last year's Essence, the original e.l.f. Bite Size, gosh, who else came up with them? But you know where I'm going with this. It's like, let's give our customers about 4 or 6 shades in a pan, and that's it. And that to me is fine. I am totally happy with that. I'm kind of moving away from these giant eyeshadow palettes. I still love them. I still have them. I just don't seem to buy them recently. This is shimmering beige, and I gotta tell you guys, if you love a taupe shadow, neutral, not too orange, not too gray, this is so good. For me, it just pulled perfectly. Now, it doesn't have a ton, like the pigmentation is just sort of nice. It's just sort of friendly. It's not crazy pigmentation, but I highly recommend eyeshadow primer because I think they kind of fade. I don't think they crease, I think they kind of fade. So if you want extra oomph, use just a really good shadow primer, and then I think you'll get what you're looking for. I really feel like this is kind of the every person's everyday shadow. These are so pretty, they're shimmery, you put them on with your fingers, and they're just so nice on the lid, just really lovely. They have other shade arrangements. I did not get those. The clean aspect, I think they've done really well with the clean products that this is doing. I think they like using the clean aesthetic because of their Leaping Bunny and PETA cruelty-free status. So I'm always a little skeptical of things that are called clean, but I understand for why they're doing it like this, whatever. So for them, clean means talc-free, paraben-free, and fragrance-free. All great, and cruelty-free, perfect. All right, let's talk about lips. This is what I'm wearing. At first, I was kind of like ho-hum. Like I was like, it's good, you know, what's the big deal? But I think it's growing on me. So it's the Revolution Beauty. This is their in real life, right? IRL filter finish lip definer. And I thought, well, it's just a nice automatic kind of, you know, lip pencil. However, I can see why the reason it's growing on me is because it is doing a nice job. Doesn't emphasize my lines. I feel like it does a really smooth application. It's very nice. Now this shade is called Caramel Syrup. Do you think that's caramel syrup? What, you come up with caramel syrup? I think that looks kind of pink. I don't think of caramel syrup as pink. Anyway, but pretty good. Smells like crayons, which, you know what? If you're gonna complain about fragrance, don't complain about something smelling waxy when there's wax in it. Now, e.l.f. e.l.f. They have their O Face lipstick. Oh, is O Face like, you know, is that the omelet face? Is that, oh, you cleaned your room? Is that? I get it. Sex sells, whatever. O Face lipstick. Here's my O Face lipstick for you. Newsflash, your O Face doesn't look that great. Your O Face looks like when you're trying to open a jar of spaghetti. Anyway, the shade I picked up is called Dirty Talk. So they have e.l.f. has a new satin lipstick. It's $9, I think. I love this packaging. I think this is really good. It feels really nice. They got the little e.l.f. embossed on there. So this is the shade. It's like, wow, you know, talk about a nude. It's satin. It's not too shiny. It's not too matte. Feels very comfortable. I like it. I like it. So that, I believe, concludes my haul/review of New Drugstore makeup. Let me know if anything I've shared today you've also purchased and tried and what you think of it. And I know that there's more out there. Like I said, January is just the month of new drugstore launches, so there will be several of these videos, I'm sure, if I get to them. That's my problem. I have like all this content, all this product, and then sometimes I just don't get the chance to sit down and film or edit. I hope 2023 has started well for you. Here's to just hanging in there. I hope that you can, if you found my channel and you're new, your resolution is to subscribe to new content creators. I'm not a new content creator. I'm real old, but you know, if I'm new to you, then all right. Well, thanks so much for hanging out, and I'll see you next time. Bye.